Hello there, Internet viewers. My name is Andrew. I'm here to talk about the new release of Fireproof. I want to first apologize and say this is my first time using this program. I've never done any videos like this before, so if it looks rough cut or whatnot, it is. I apologize. Please bear with me. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get on to the heart of the matter, which is the movie Fireproof. Now, one of the first things you may notice is that, as with other Sherwood films, Facing Giants and Flywheel, there's not any Hollywood talent in this, except for Kirk Cameron. He's done some Hollywood work before, but everybody else here, really, the only other work they've done is been the other Sherwood productions. So, for those of you tired of seeing the same Hollywood faces over and over and over again, you'll find it's very nice and refreshing to see some young, new talent being used here, and it's utilized very well in this. But I'll get back on that in just a minute. First, I think it'd be good to talk about the story of this film, which is really the heart of this tale and what makes it such a great and wholesome feature. Now, the first time I heard of this film, I was looking on the internet and saw it as a little advertisement on a news website. So, being the curious self, I clicked on it, got a 30-second clip of it, and I have to say that the clip did a very good job giving a good Cliff Notes version of the film, but if you're looking at the trailer as anything more substantial, you're going to be sorely disappointed because there's so much more to this story than what the trailer lets on. 30 seconds really cannot do this movie justice. Now, for those of you that have never seen the trailer, don't know anything about this film, the film is about Kirk Cameron's character, Caleb Holt, who's captain of the local fire department, and his marital problems with his wife, Catherine Holt, played by Erin and Bethea. The couple's on the brink of divorce. They're talking to the lawyers, they're getting papers drawn up, and they're preparing for a pretty nasty breakup. However, at the urging of his father, Caleb decides to stand back, not go through the divorce for 40 days, instead to try out what's called the Love Dare. The Love Dare is a diary that represents one day of tasks that the person wanting to save the marriage tries to do in order to win back the spouse's heart. And each day adds a new task. You see the first day, like Caleb is not supposed to say anything negative about his wife or get into an argument at all with her. And then the second day, he's supposed to do something unexpected for her. And each day, as I mentioned, it builds on and on and on for these 40 days. At first, Caleb does it more because his father wants him to try it out than trying to actually win back his wife's heart. However, as the story progresses and he gets halfway through the diary, he soon realizes that he can't do this half-hearted. He has to go all in, all out. And this is where the story turns, and our hero, Caleb, comes to the realization that he needs God's help in order to get this marriage back on track. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, for those of you that want to go see this movie and see for yourself how it ends. I do want to say, though, that I did love the ending of this. It was very well done, and I am sure you will, too. Plus, what kind of critic would I be if I gave away the movie ending? I mean, a pretty bad one. I mean, who does that? But I digress. As I keep mentioning, the story of Fireproof is very good, very wholesome, very well written, and if you couldn't tell by the trailer or by my other previous mentions, it's also very Christian. In fact, you could say the Christian themes and messages in this film are really the second major plot point in this whole feature. Now, I know some of you are going to complain about it and say that, well, there's too many Christian overtones, whatnot. Really, to those people, please, be quiet, okay? After putting so much Hollywood slop and Christian bashing, I am glad that a film like this has come along and provided some good, positive, morally uplifting messages. I do realize that's going to turn off some of you to this film, but really, what I would recommend is just go with it, okay? Even if you don't agree with everything that's said here or the Christian overtones, at least pay attention to what the film has to say and what they'll offer. I'm sure that even the hardest of heart can find some good out of this film. Now, I also have to be fair and say that this movie isn't entirely about the marital problems between Caleb and his wife. There's a lot of other things going on in the background. I'm not going to spoil them for you, but for anyone that's seen Ladder 49 and some of the firehouse antics and stuff, there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of fireman action. Okay, so it's not trying to be a preachy movie. It's not trying to be this handbook to how to save your marriage. Really, it's just trying to present a story and present some sense of realism around it. Just a quick little side on the story here. Guys, if you're expecting this to be a chick flick in any way or some sort of a romance or whatever, rest your fears, okay? This is not a chick flick. Alright, I can honestly say that I went through this and didn't have an estrogen rush, okay? It's not a get your girlfriends and your tissues together to go cry, but nor is it completely unemotional. You will feel some inward tinglings of sorrow and other various emotions with this, but no, it is not a chick flick. Rest assured. So I'm going to get off the story now because I don't want to give away too many more details and spoil it for you. I really can't stress enough just how much of a good, fun, wholesome story this is, and that it really is a must-see. Anyway, I'm just going to touch on the acting side of the film now. As I mentioned before, there's not a lot of Hollywood acting in this. Kirk Cameron's the only one that's really done anything else before this. Everybody else has helped out on the other Sherwood projects, but nobody else really significant except for Kirk Cameron. But even despite that, even though these are not Hollywood regulars, even though that these people, I believe, aren't getting paid for, I think a lot of them are just volunteering to help out, they do an excellent job bringing the town, the community, the neighbors, the firemen, the nurses, everybody that played in here did an excellent job bringing them all to life. So because this isn't a major Hollywood film there, if you're worried that the acting or the camera work or some of the action sequences are going to look kind of sloppy or low budget like the independent films you might see, I can honestly say that I was very surprised by what I saw. I mean, I really did not think that this was a low-budget Hollywood film. That being said, I do have one gripe in that some of the people did overact their parts just a bit. Not enough to really detract from the whole experience, but enough to be noticeable. So I do have to make that point, though. As much as I say that the acting was very good, just a few minor instances where they could have toned it down just a bit. Lastly, I just want to touch on some of the production values, musical score, and special effects. The music score, you will find there's a lot of orchestrated pieces in there. There's also a lot of Christian rock pieces. Now, I'm not normally a fan of Christian rock. Okay, I'll be the first to admit it. I really don't like that genre. However, I have to say that what the music they chose for this fit very well for it. So very impressed with that and the orchestrated pieces, special effects. While there isn't a whole lot of, like I said, action sequences in this, those that they do have there, I was kind of wondering, wow, how did they do this? I mean, there's a scene in here, not trying to spoil too much, but with a train that I wondered, how did that guy not get hit by it? I'm not going to say anything more than that, but it looked too real to be CGI. It really did. Overall, though, if you're tired of seeing the same banal Hollywood crap that they've been releasing this past summer, if you're looking for something family-oriented, something that is uplifting, something that has a good message to it, this is the movie for you. I highly recommend Fireproof. I give it 4.5 wedding rings out of 5, or if you prefer, an A. One final recommendation, I don't recommend this film for little kids. I mean, there's no nudity, no sex, no drugs, hardly any violence, just a few fireman sequences, but nothing too intense. No cussing, no swearing. But subject material just is a little too heavy for them to understand. This film was really geared towards teenagers and adults, so I recommend, if you're going to bring the kids, okay, give them something to do, because they're going to be bored through this. Anyway, that's my analysis of the movie Fireproof. I highly recommend it for anyone that's tired of Hollywood kill 'em, grill 'em, chill 'em, spill 'em films that have been coming out the last few months. Go ahead, go see this. If you thought this review was helpful and you want to see more of my movie reviews, just let me know on the comments below here, or if you want to send me little comments on YouTube, I'll accept them. If you have any complaints, groans, or anything else that you think I could make this video a whole lot better, go ahead, let me know. Anyway, thank you again for watching this, and tell your friends, good movie.